Davante literally just got traded to the Jets.
Oh my God.
Davante Adams.
I don't know why. Why are we doing this after last night? I hate this. This is so dumb.
I love Belichick popping you. Peyton Manning just laughing at Woody Johnson.
We deserve to get popped. We are a deeply unserious organization. However unserious you think your organization is, it might be more embarrassing on my side.
Kevin Stefanski, he gives us the best chance to win.
We just gave up a second-round pick to save a team that can't stop me running the ball. This is terrible. This is awful.
Greetings and welcome to a Wednesday edition of the Shotgun Start. It is October 16th. Andy, how we doing?
Brendan, I'm doing great. I'm having a great week. I think it's better than PJ's week.
PJ, leave that in. That's the opening of the show. You're going to leave the breaking news here Tuesday morning. Davante Adams to the Jets. Hard luck losers on Monday Night Football to the Buffalo Bills.
I don't think it was hard luck. I don't think you can say that. That was bad. All of it's bad. We just gave up probably a second round pick to save a dumpster fire of a team. Surely that pick won't end up and be in like the 40s, the 30s. The Mets are good. You got
your Mets dub. You split in Los Angeles. You're coming home. More than I could say for my Guardians who lost in the Bronx.
You got tonight, right?
We got tonight against Gerrit Cole, who, like, looking at Gerrit Cole, I'm getting a big Justin Thomas vibe from Gerrit Cole. Does that make sense to you? Exceptionally talented, extremely well compensated. Very good at like throwing his fist, pumping his fists when he's like whipping up on the Royals and being a tough guy at the mic, but also kind of underwhelming. I don't think a lot of Yankees fans even are still sold on Gerrit Cole, if I'm not mistaken. Incredibly antagonistic to opposing fans as well. I'm getting a big Justin Thomas vibe, like really big time front runner, like really good at celebrating when it's beaten up on some, I don't know, hapless order. Is that fair? Is that a good comp? PJ?
I like that one. I do like that one. Very
mouthy,
very loud. Oh yeah. Very loud. But then when he gets shelled, kind of just reverts quietly into a corner. Yeah, I like that.
Sulks.
Yeah.
I gotta defend JT here. I think JT was pretty admirable with his struggles the last 2 years.
I've on the record several times with that. Yeah,
maybe not that much of a front runner. I think.
Maybe. The book on JT is he shoots down all the time. He shoots down at people all the time, but never. If you've got 1 million followers on Instagram, he's not going to get mad at you. That's the book, a prior book. I don't know. Maybe he's changed.
My general belief is I walk around the corner looking for things, but I gotta say, I think this is a bridge too far.
All right, Gerrit Cole, we got him tonight. Guardians down 0-1, using other pitchers, walking and wild pitching the big bad Bronx Bombers to 5 runs. That's good. Just don't even make them hit the ball. So that's coming tonight. But hey, Aaron Boone, all over my Instagram feed, and Johnny O. And you will be. He's some like spokesman or something for Johnny O. But we are excited to announce we have a YouTube series debuting this week with Johnny O. You're going to Sedge Valley, or you went to Sedge Valley. It's been recorded. You talked to Tom Doak, big Doak boy, Dokey boy, as some people call him affectionately. Week on Fried Egg Golf. We'll have that on the YouTube page on Thursday with Johnny O. Cool video on Sedge Valley with Doak talking about it.
Yeah, exciting series. We're getting to make videos about golf courses, which is things that we're excited to do here.
Very simply put. Yeah.
In
depth.
Tom talking about Sedge Valley, new course at Sand Valley. You're going to be going to Sweetens Cove, talking to Rob Collins about that place. Bacon, Shane, and I are going to be at Mid Pines. We got 5 courses in total. Those will be the first 3. Very excited to get this out in the world. So check out our YouTube page, and you can see the whole conversation there.
I got to call out Cameron Hurtis, who is like cooking in the lab, as good as it gets in this corner of the world, making great golf course design, videos, subject matter expertise, and technical expertise. Topo maps on top of Sedge Valley, as Tom talks about it. On top of it's amazing. Good stuff coming Thursday, and we got more to come with John Yo on that video series. Go ahead, PJ.
I have an Aaron Boone question, just quickly, because now you have to deal with him for a week. This pisses me off to no end about Aaron Boone. I get a lot of Aaron Boone in New York. Aaron Boone does not even attempt to act like he's wearing the jersey under his windbreaker.
No.
And that pisses me off greatly.
It's fine. Come on.
I think this is fine. I think this is a long-standing talk on this podcast. How preposterous that managers have to wear the jersey is.
I think it's nice.
Spikes.
I think it's nice when they do it, but you have to at least like keep up the guys that you're even trying. Aaron Boone does not even try. Aaron Boone is just disrespectful to the entire notion that he even is supposed to wear the uniform.
Votes in the Letterman jacket, like the Letterman C Guardians, ridiculous. But I mean, he's up there in his full pants. I think basketball's gone the other way too far with the guys in the windbreakers. They need to get back in suits.
They're just in track suits. Yeah.
I think it's gone too far if we're talking coach manager positions. Speaking of clothes, we have our new fall merch. Go ahead.
PJ, I asked him about his New York fandom. This is something that I've always wondered about. New York fandom.
Yeah, same.
He's from Long Island.
Yeah.
He's not a fan of the Islanders.
Oh, that is curious.
No, I'm not.
This is bullshit. I think you should have to be an Islanders fan if you're from Long Island.
The Islanders are of like every opposing team, like the flip side of my fandom. Islanders are by far the ones I hate the most. I despise the Islanders.
Why?
Absolute bottom of the
I've
barrel.
never heard of anybody hating the Islanders. They feel like they've been like a hapless, non-serious organization.
They've been pretty good recently, and they give the Rangers a lot of problems historically, and I can't stand them. I hate the Islanders more than I hate the Yankees at this point.
Okay. Interesting. Wow. You're just a big Rangers fan. I know that. That's your team.
Yes.
So, okay. All right. I'm throwing one more comp out there, and then we're hitting the road. Going to Ryder Cup ticket prices.
Oh, this is a long discussion. We need
Nick Sirianni. This guy gives me Zach Johnson vibes. This guy's a total clown. He's a complete clown. How is he in charge of anything? He's gone to the Super Bowl. Like, that's it. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Like, that guy is a goofball. What an idiot.
Maybe that's part of his shtick.
I don't think it is. I think he's just a clown.
I think this is a constant topic of. I think he's a polarizing subject in Philly sports.
I think so.
See, the thing about Zach Johnson is he's not polarized. I don't think there's many stands out there for Zach Johnson.
Outside of Iowa and Drake.
Is Iowa's offense any better this year?
PJ?
They are scoring points. They have scored like multiple offensive touchdowns in every game. They started hot. They've gotten worse, but they are
the
not
Nepo
as bad
baby.
As they were.
Nepo baby scheme is out the door, and they're scoring more points. Okay,
they're like a third tier Big Ten team now. Illinois is up in the second tier.
All right.
We're sitting up on our perch in the second tier. We can punch down. We're like JT punching down.
Well, you're going to need to be on that top tier to afford a Ryder Cup ticket, because if you're in the lower caste system of anywhere in the society, you are not going to be going to the public man's course, Bethpage Black. I'm just going to read verbatim. Ewan Murray, proper journalist from across the pond in The Guardian. Golf fans seeking to attend the Ryder Cup next year through the event's, quote, random selection process face being charged $750 for day tickets for the competition proper. The cost of attending Bethpage Black in New York, where Europe are seeking to defend the trophy won in Rome last year, is only likely to increase the sense that the Ryder Cup is pricing out ordinary golf fans as it moves towards the corporate classes. The online backlash has proved fierce. Those who Those who have not already bought Bethpage tickets can register for free via the Ryder Cup's official site for the random allocation. Successful applicants for the event next September will be informed by early next month. Only single tickets for each day have been made available through those picked via the ballot. May be able to buy up to 4 if they can afford them. Practice days on Tuesday and Wednesday are priced at $255.27. I will just interject here. Don't go to Ryder Cup practice day. That's a dumb waste of money and time. It's insane. What the chance you might be the guy that comes on the green at Hazeltine and putts, and you make a viral moment. Like it's a terrible. That can't be a good experience.
Hey,
go ahead.
I wanted to ask you a question. This was a question I had.
Yeah.
What's worse, the practice round tickets at $250 a pop, or the day sessions at $750? Which one's worse?
Practice.
It's 3x the practice round. You'll probably see the less shots in the day. I'm
going to split the baby here with the next sentence. That figure leaps to $423.64 for Thursday on the apparent basis. This is Ewan in his bag, just being sardonic. On the apparent basis, this includes the Junior Ryder Cup, celebrity matches, and the opening ceremony. So I think that's the worst deal. $425.
I wanted to leave that one out. That was my worst one, too.
For sure. Full respect to the Junior Ryder Cuppers, talented, and, they're going to have... Who are the celebrities? Bobby Flay, somebody else, like hitting balls
Michael
there.
Phelps? Is it Michael Phelps a staple?
Yeah, feels like it. There'll be some New York tie-in, somebody
maybe
from
Davante
The Sopranos.
Adams.
Maybe Davante Adams. He's a golfer. He plays Tahoe, I think.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. If he's still on the Jets, I don't think he will be this time next year. Who knows? For Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the cost is $749.
One of the celebrity matches should be Danny Dimes against Aaron Rodgers. That would be interesting.
There's a chance that Aaron Rodgers is on the Jets. There's no chance that Danny Dimes has a residence in New York after this year.
He might have a residence. He just might not have a roster spot.
He might not have. Yeah, he just might be struggling to sell their home. I feel like that happens with a lot of athletes when they leave town. It's Michael Jordan's house in Chicago just sold last month. It had been on the market for almost my entire adult existence. I think since I've been 18, that house has been sold. On the market.
A tough scene for me down the street, about 15 minutes at Daniel Snyder's house. Not moving, if you can imagine. Disgraced, most hated man in the area. It's it's whatever, $60 million house, a preposterous home.
Generally, disgraced, most hated people in areas are probably trying to gouge people on their house also.
Yeah. I mean, no one's, it's preposterous. It's got parking garage and barber shop, all these ridiculous features. All right. For Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it cost is $749.51 per day. Organizers are kind enough to point out the price is inclusive of fees and New York sales taxes.
Oh,
standard competition day tickets for Rome cost just over €200, according to Ewan. Covered this time via what has been branded a Ryder Cup Plus package is food and non-alcoholic drinks. Terms and conditions state, quote, whenever you're ready for a meal, simply redeem one entree, one snack, and one non-alcoholic drink per visit to any market concessions. And feel free to return as often as you'd like. Alcoholic beverages are also available for purchase. The Ryder Cup is typically a cash cow for either the PGA or the European Tour Group, depending on host venue. However, in a strategic report to accompany recently published accounts, European Tour Group's chair, Eric Nicolai, specifically addressed Ryder Cup challenges despite attendance of more than 270,000 in Rome. Nicolai said the staging budget for the Ryder Cup experienced significant macroeconomic pressures driven by post-COVID, supply chains, and the war in Ukraine, inflation, yada, 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 led to a 35% increase in operating costs compared to Paris 2018 for Europe. Quote, nevertheless, strong increases in revenue across all key Ryder Cup revenue streams, ticketing, sponsorship, merchandise, digital, and media rights help to offset these cost pressures. So they're still making bank. That's on the European side. I don't think they'll have the same challenges in Bethpage. $750, you do get a hot dog, chips, and a soda. as often as
I'm sure
you'd
they're
like.
going to have good concessions. They'll have the soul of New York. Maybe you'll be able to get some a New York slice of pizza from Sparrow.
So people got worked up, really angry about this, I would say, on social media platforms this week.
Yeah, this is awful. Honestly, awful. Like you think about like a family of 4 trying to go. It's $3,000, $3,000 to go to the Ryder Cup. I don't think that ticket includes parking, so let's pop another, or they'll probably shuttle you from 50 miles away, so you have a 2-hour shuttle bus experience there and back.
You park at the Newsday factory.
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean that's where it was in 2019 at least.
Okay.
So anyways, like what are we doing? $3,000 for a family of 4 from I don't want to be too harsh here, but like from the organization that's like supposedly on the front lines of growing the game. That's their big selling point. We grow the game. You're going to charge a family of 4 $3,000 to come out to see a Ryder Cup. Like you get excited. These people have been like gaslit. You get excited that a Ryder Cup's coming. They're selling merchandise for this Ryder Cup. PJ's got a 2024 hat. So you get an area of the country super excited about a Ryder Cup. You got kids and families that want to go and see the best players in the world, one of the most exciting tournaments in the world. It's a terrible spectating experience. As someone who has gone as a fan, it's one of the worst I've ever been to. There's so few golfers on it. You sell a shitload of tickets, which makes the experience worse. And now you have the audacity to charge $750 for one of the worst spectating experiences in all of golf. What a disgrace. This is embarrassing. It is a low moment for golf. I mean, this is crazy.
It speaks to like, there are no adults in the room. I think in the last few years in professional golf, it feels like in a race to the bottom. The PGA of America, I don't think has done much to contribute to the Ryder Cup's modern prominence. I think that's largely a Seve-infused European Tour ascendance that really has made the Ryder Cup what it is over the last 25 years. PGA of America has come along for the ride. Obviously, it's PGA Tour pros that's filling the roster. The broadcast has really larded up, become close to unwatchable because of like the rights deals. I'm not like necessarily taking NBC and off the hook.
Do you think we'll get Derek Jeter within in New York?
They're squeezing blood from a stone with just everything they can out of to make the broadcast nearly unwatchable. Now it's kind of unattendable if you're a normal person. It's hard. Like the Ryder Cup, let's be honest, the Ryder Cup hasn't been good as a competition. It hasn't been competitive for more than a decade now, since 2012. It's been pretty predictable, and it's not been good competition-wise. What it's subsisting on is like this passion and history and ethereal sort of aspect that's in the air. And you're killing that off in a rate. And look, maybe you could prove me wrong, and it's just get as much as you can right now. But I think that's kind of cutting off your nose to spite your face and damaging sort of whatever makes the Ryder Cup a little bit special, which is, especially at a public place, right? At like a public golf course. And it's impossible. It's impossible to go. You know what I mean? It's a mortgage payment to go with your family. And like, I think that's like damaging probably long term. Of course, in the short term, they're going to sell the tickets. You don't need to be the guy talking to me about supply and demand. I get it. Like, I get that part. But this is like, there's an argument that this is a Super Bowl of golf. Like, come on. Well, the ratings are like, it's negligible. Like, come on with that bullshit. And they'll sell the tickets. But I think you're damaging whatever, like, because it's not been close lately. They're damaging the passion around it and the interest around it. And I've been told the PGA of America is a little bit of a tire fire lately. They can't fill jobs. They're not they're like down a lot of people. The 1 year to go thing was kind of a mess. They don't have, they obviously control the whole deal. And yeah, it just seems like the PGA of America has been, and this is just, I don't know who's running the organization. Seth Weil left, and it just seems, it seems like not a good long-term play for a competition that hasn't been super close. And it's offensive on its face. I don't want to hear about supply and demand. It's offensive on its face.
It's insane. Can you think of another sporting event that's had a $750 general admission ticket?
I mean, the Super Bowl, right? But that's all. That's not a good crowd. That's a bad crowd. It's like a corporate crowd.
Also, the Super Bowl, you sit in a seat and you could watch the whole game. This you can't watch anything.
On a face value basis, I don't know what.
PJ, what are you paying for Mets playoff tickets? You're going to the Mets game this week. What are they dinging you for nosebleed tickets at the Mets?
Nosebleed.
Per ticket?
We're in the last row of the stadium again on Friday night for $300
a pop.
Yeah, for the NLCS. I don't even know what's going to happen next week if they win. I can't even imagine.
This is a team that hasn't been in the World Series in 20 years, about 25 years, essentially. In a big market. I just, if I'm like NBC, if I'm the corporate partners, whatever they are, who are paying through their nose, the players, like BMW, who are these? BMW, Rolex, Aon, they're all in like the behind the press conference. They pay millions of dollars to you're just paying millions of dollars into an event that's losing a lot of its soul. Like, who's going to be at this thing? What did I pay for it? So then you gouge the fans. And now my broadcast has been cut. It's more of a Wagoneer ad than a broadcast. I think I'm mad. It feels like a PGA of America just really losing sight of what they should be doing, long term and short term.
I think it's crazy. It's insane when you think about they're doing this. So they sell. The rights are through the roof, insane rights. The corporate sponsorships are out of this, one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive golf event to sponsor. And then you factor in, they don't pay the players. It makes it actually even more offensive. And it doesn't matter whether you're on the side of pay the players or don't pay the players. This somehow makes Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele look justified in their pursuit of being paid. This is it's not objectionable. It is on the face, just it is being spit in the face as a golf fan. It is so offensive. Honestly, it makes Jay Monahan look like he's a great commissioner.
And I would be maybe okay with it if I felt like some of this money was going to filter down to actual PGA pros who, Shane Ryan and others have done reporting on a lot of them don't have a pot to piss in, and that's not the most glamorous life. And I just don't feel like that money is probably being filtered to the people in the organization that should get it.
No, their money goes up too.
Speaking of money,
I'm sure they'll have a nice they'll probably have a nice little chalet for PGA pros that can afford the $750 ticket. Maybe they get a reduced rate. Maybe they get it for $485 if they bring 7 members.
It's probably cheaper. Don't they get Masters tickets? If you're a PGA pro, I think you get you might have the option to buy 2 tickets or badges. I know
superintendents can get passes too.
It's probably cheaper for them to go to the Masters than their own event, their own controlled event. All right, PJ, you said your dad is having an issue with his own Ryder Cup tickets. Let's just keep piling on the Ryder Cup ticket debacle here. What's going on? Let's get PJ corner here.
My dad. So in 2019, if you bought club level tickets to the PGA, a full week pass, you got the rights to guaranteed Ryder Cup tickets. So that's obviously my dad has wanted to go to the Ryder Cup forever. So he's done that. So
he bought him to Whistling Straits club level? Wait, go ahead.
To the PGA in 2019.
Oh, got it. All right, sure.
You guaranteed 2024, which has since turned into 2025 Ryder Cup.
Yep.
Since that opened in like the last, it was probably 3 weeks ago at this point, maybe a month, they had like lost the fact that he bought the package, and he had been desperately trying to contact them for a month, and it went down to the point where he had to send them a certified letter to ensure that somebody got it so that he could make sure he got Ryder Cup tickets.
Certified letter?
Yes.
Is it still TBD?
No,
or
they finally called him. They called him back. I believe on Friday. But it was it was like a month-long escapade that ended up with a letter having to be written in order to get a phone call back from somebody.
Is he excited about the prices?
No, he's not excited about the prices.
Has his the number of tickets that he wants to buy gone down because of the prices?
No, I think he's still doing it, but I don't think he's happy about it.
I mean, like $750. That feels like what I should pay for a week pass.
Yeah, about. I know people, it's New York, people have money. Golf, people have money. It's not the nature of the competition, not the nature of the course. Like, you're damaging things long term, in my opinion. All right, let's get the schedule. Go ahead.
One real quick thing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to float this your way as someone who could drive there. If you said to your wife, "Hey, let's go to New York for the Ryder Cup," it's gonna be $1,500 for the two of us to go.
You talking to me and my wife?
Okay. You and your wife.
Yeah.
You get your parents or your in-laws watch your kids. You going up for the day. What would work better? This is I just want to put it into the stratosphere, like the realm of like what you're competing with these prices.
I mean,
okay, hold on. So you got $1,500 for 2 Ryder Cup tickets, or hey, honey, I got us a room at the Ritz. It's $1,500 a night. Do you want to go up to New York, spend the night in the Ritz? What are we going to go with?
I think we're going to Manhattan. I don't like to know.
Central Park Ritz, $1,500.
Yeah.
Like, what world are we in the same discussion here?
I mean,
I could spend a night at the Ritz, or I could go to the Ryder Cup as a GA ticket, 2 GA tickets. Or a night at the Ritz. Like, is this really the stratosphere you want to punch around in? Do you really think trudging around Bethpage Black, waiting in concession lines with 40,000 other people is an equal experience to spending a night in the Ritz Carlton at Central Park? Like, what are we fucking doing?
The most offensive thing.
Apologize about the language, but this is just.
The most offensive thing is I'm throwing the food at you to like justify the cost. Like, come on, and these executives are trying. Well, like you got to understand, it includes food, not alcohol, but which is what anybody cares about.
How long do you think the discussion was about alcohol? Whether they should include it? Because, like, to me, it's at $750.
I know, but you can't. I mean, because then it's just a free for all. Complete. There's no governor on anybody. People are just the lines are out the door. But yeah, it's ridiculous. Just take the cost down.
Can I spend another $100 and get the alcohol included? I can't wait for the week of when somebody takes a picture of the concession prices and it's $25 for 24 ounce.
But it's 24 ounces. You don't understand. It's 24 ounces.
24 ounce Michelob Ultra is $25.
Michelob Ultra. Let's just stay hydrated with Michelob Ultra.
God, this is depressing. I'm sorry. I know we're all in this together, but man, this is depressing. I don't know how do you have like, if you were going to positively spin this, how do you do that? Is it the supply and demand?
Golf has never been stronger. I don't know. I mean, I know the PGA of America has really targeted this one as like the next level deal, and they're doing these activations down in Wall Street and chipping balls in the East River or whatever the hell they're doing. But it just like they've totally lost sight of what Bethpage is and the competition is. It's bad. It's not bad. It's not good.
PJ, do you have a positive spin on this?
PJ's checking his fantasy roster.
No, I was emailing Business Pete. Business Pete.
Okay.
Not checking Davante Adams.
I can't even think about the Jets right now. No, I don't have a positive spin on this. I'm trying to think about how many hot dogs you have to eat to justify $750.
I mean, hot dogs cost 10 cents.
Free included hot dogs.
I know. It's ridiculous.
Do you have to eat?
Or burnt stale chicken tenders.
While we're on the subject of tickets, if any of my neighbors in the Washington D.C. area would be interested in discussing an Andy, PJ, and Brendan outing to the Bears at Commanders end of the month, I think Andy's going to be over rummaging around this part of the country, eastern half of the United States.
Well, I don't think you're not. I don't think I can do it.
I'm committing you. October 27th. I'm supposed to be out of town. I'm not going to be now.
This is a marriage capital issue. I might not have enough saved up. We'll see.
We'll see. All right, Bears Commies, October 27th. Keep it tentatively on the schedule. I'll consider it. I gotta see, because that'd be a fun bit of content we could have out there.
We get to layer touchy subjects.
Yeah, yep. That's why I'm going to Sweetens on Monday instead of Sunday to do our Johnny O video. All right. Speaking of schedules, NCAA, let's start schedule for the week. We have the St Andrews Collegiate. This is still going on Wednesday morning. Cool little nifty deal between the Links Trust and Golf Channel. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. to noon on Golf Channel. All I want to say about this event is the Home of Golf posted to Instagram notable alumni for each of the attending schools. Pretty interesting stuff here. So you've got the University of St Andrews, the home host university. Notable alumni: William, Prince of Wales, Edward Jenner, and C.B. McDonald. Okay. All right. There we go. Howard University attending, right? Local university here in D.C. Notable alumni: Kamala Harris, Thurgood Marshall, Chadwick Boseman. Then we go to Northwestern, also attending, George R.R. Martin,
Luke Donald,
and Matthew Fitzpatrick.
Fishy!
Which is fine, but where are we going with like Kamala Harris, Chadwick Boseman, George Martin, and now Fitz?
Alumni. Don't you have to have some like
you have to get a piece of paper for that. You can't just show up for a month and a half and then leave.
Also, he was there for 2 weeks.
It feels disrespectful. Northwestern has like a pretty incredible alumni list.
Darren Ravel could have made it. Proudest alumni. Danny Raps could have put a lot of people. Christine, they have a journalism school. They'll tell you in the first sentence when you meet them. Fitzy made it. We're going, Prince of Wales, Edward Jenner, down to Fitzy real quick from George R.R. Martin. So that's interesting. St Andrews Collegiate, coffee golf on your Wednesday morning. Then we go to PGA Tour. The Shriners Children's Hospital Open. What I personally call the Martin Laird Invitational. The Desert Fox, Martin Laird. He's in there on a past champions exemption. I have no cutthroat corner this week. I'm okay. Everybody's fine. Martin Laird, four-time winner of the PGA Tour, made 11 cuts this year. Deserves to be in. I don't have anybody else. There's some major medicals we could pop, but I'm not going cutthroat corner.
There's so many people to pop, but
you want to choose one?
I'm not going in. I'm not going into detail on anybody. Might say
this is where we discovered the bot. Just writing about the PGA Club Section Pro, writing about whatever that guy's name was, Putswell. This is where the bot just churning out articles. This is on Golf Channel. What time is this at? 5 to 8 p.m. Thursday through Sunday. So same as the Black Desert Championship. Kind of in that slot between football and Sunday night, hopefully.
Hey, so this is I got to ask you a question. What would you describe? What age would you describe a late bloomer in golf?
In 2024?
Yeah.
Like 31, 29, 20, 27, 29, somewhere in there. Late bloomer.
I think it's so Matt McCarty is being dubbed a late bloomer.
Yeah.
He's 26 years old. Like, can we just like logically go through the career path of like how you get to the PGA Tour in today's system?
I know.
You graduate at 23. You have like a quarter of a season. Let's say you fast track it. You go through Q school and you make it to the Korn Ferry Tour. So you're on the Korn Ferry Tour at age 24. Then you excel on the Korn Ferry Tour and you get your PGA Tour card and you start the next year on the PGA Tour. You're 25 years old, like at a minimum. At a minimum. This is the fastest you could get there outside of like doing something Herculean or being ranked in the top, you're the number one player on PGA Tour U. So can we stop dubbing 26 as a late bloomer? That seems like a very accelerated path, actually. Like late bloomers are have to be 30s at this point.
Maybe it's how they're justifying charging $450 for junior Ryder Cuppers. Like these are almost current day stars. 26 is late.
Honestly, I think you could make a case that the $450 ticket's the best value. Because
I knew you were gonna zag that way eventually. Celebs.
You could go watch the Junior Ryder Cup, and there probably wouldn't be a lot of people watching. I think that's my positive. That's how
or you could just not spend $450. Then you could just do anything else with that money.
God.
But I guess compared against the others, it's not terrible. Late bloomer,
the practice
Matt
round
McCarty.
ticket is effectively the same as PJ's ticket to the NLCS.
I cannot tell you how pointless a practice round is for the Ryder Cup. The guys are barely you don't even know when they're going to be there. Some of the guys aren't even going
to play. They aren't even
for
playing.
10 minutes. Yeah.
It's honestly like a right to like walk the golf course, which is a public golf course that you can walk and play. What does it cost to play Bethpage, PJ, as a Long Islander?
$65 on a weekday.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I mean, this is insane. It's like a right to go into the merch center and buy merch.
Yes, that's what. But I mean, if judging by the way this is going, PGA of America is going to set that up for the general public, right? And just have some tent. You can't get access to the event, but you can buy whatever you want. Some tent that's on the outside.
I can't. Honestly, I'm like so mad.
It's bad.
It's like making me more upset every single second I think about it. It's making me more upset.
Sponsors should decry it. Everybody should WBC. They should get on them for this. It's bullshit. Do you have anything else on Shriners?
Happen? They aren't going to lower the prices. Like nothing's going to happen. That's the sad thing. What's the next Ryder Cup host? St. Louis?
Is it Congo? Is it Congressional?
Oh, that's another market.
That might be later. There's another Hazeltine. I don't know. What's the next American-based one? Adair Manor. Goes Adair Manor.
Oh God, maybe those tickets. Just wait till the Irish.
Well, hopefully the Euro Tour has their act together. What do we have, PJ? What's the 2029 Ryder Cup host? Do you have that one?
Hazeltine.
Okay, great.
And then Olympic after that. I'm sure the San Francisco tickets are going to be normally priced.
Yep. This is it. They're taking the soul out of the whole thing. Better get back to being competitive again. because they're taking all the appeal out of going of this interest. All right, Shriners, do you have anything else really want to say here?
I got really nothing. I mean, okay. I think it's compelling to watch these guys kind of battle. I do think like the fall is a nice for golf fans, for like golf sickos. I think they have a decent setup. Are there ways that it could be more interesting and more like, could you add the Korn Ferry Tour players in, but like on it at its whole, it's okay.
Tom Kim going for 3 in a row. TPC Summerlin model in effect, as you know. And Pro V1, big news is the Pro V1 2025 edition is debuting here, owing to its history, which we might reheat on Friday as a past flashback when the Pro V1 debuted at Vegas. So that's big news, the new 2025 edition coming up. On the LPGA, we have the BMW Ladies Championship. This is in Korea as the Asian swing continues. They bounce from China over to Korea. No cut event. Strong field, 72, 73 women in the field. $2.2 million purse. Lauren Coughlin making her return to golf after she's not played since Arkansas, I don't think. Deservedly so. Lydia
Is
Ko.
there a trademark there?
Return to golf, all caps. No, as soon as I said it, I was like, God, that is just seared into my brain. It's not a phrase I should use. So she's returning. Lydia Ko is back. Brooke Henderson playing. Then obviously a bunch of all the top Koreans are in the field, being a home event and on sponsors exemptions like Ji Shin, Yoon Hee-ji, Danielle Kane got a sponsors exemption. So pretty good field. And then that's overnight watching. What time specifically? 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. all 4 days, Wednesday through Saturday night. That's your LPGA. A solid event as the Korea or as the Asia swing kind of is in full flight here. Not making any trips is Nelly Korda. A little bit of news there. She is WDing from any events for the time being because of like a neck injury. Hoping to be back maybe for the end of the season. Some of those Florida events with the Blueberry Boys who survived the hurricane. That's good to hear. Pelican got extreme flooding, but they do plan to have the Annika, I should say, sorry. Annika Driven by Gamebridge at Pelican is the name of that event. That's a lot of words there. So, but good to hear it's coming out okay.
Hey, event of the week's the St Andrews deal.
Okay, that makes sense.
Great coffee golf. I mean, you get a week of coffee golf between this and the Andalucia. And you get some night golf with the LPGA. You get some cocktail golf.
Start 9 a.m. to 3 a.m. You could go basically pretty much all day.
I think this is a great schedule week in terms of like where golf sits. It sits early in the morning. You could watch it before work or as you start work. It like logically makes sense. You have primetime golf at Shriners, like late when people are around potentially watching TV. And then you have night golf. Like literally it like spans like every time except for when people are working or when they're like going to the park with their kids. It's like ideal golf schedule this week.
Speaking of the European Tour, DP World Tour goes the Andalucia Masters. This is 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thursday and Friday, and 7:30 to noon, 5 to 10 a.m. So an earlier ending on Sunday, 10 a.m. This is the Spanish boys, Adrian Otague, the Val man, Jon Rahm on the front of DPWorldTour.com in his Legion XIII attire, DP World Tour kind of mixing that in. This is an event that's been harmed by Liv sort of taking over Valderrama. I think all the tourism money, I'm told, has really gone towards that event. This is at the Real Club Soto Grande, I believe, famous kind of amateur event stop in Europe. But I think Liv taking Valderrama off the table has harmed this event. But needless to say, European Tour's been doing well. I think this sort of back nine or whatever they're talking about, these race for the top 70 cars to get into the Middle East playoff finish, has been not a bad fall little deal here. Also, and it continues with the Andalucia Masters. Go ahead.
Something to watch, the race for the top 10 cards, not exempt. And I think like this is interesting, something to watch because European Tour players performed significantly better than Korn Ferry Tour players last year in the people that earned their card. Like it was like pretty jarring how much better they played. So I wanted to give you a list of names. I don't think you've probably looked into who's getting a card, but I think you're going to be excited about some of these
I was
names.
locked in around Troon. I was monitoring. Matteo Manassero, for sure, right? The great one is coming to America. The great one
looks like he's locked in. I think there's only 2 more events. Let me see. There's
you got Spain and Genesis next week. Yeah. Something Genesis.
They got they go to South Korea next week, and then they've got the Dubai and Tour Championship. So they are nearing the end. They got 3 more events after this week. So these are, fairly locked in. There's some of these guys. We need some updates about like who's locked in. So anyway,
boy.
Tristan, don't call me Thurston Lawrence. Number 1, another burly boy.
Can we talk about him for a second?
Yeah,
might be going to Stados.
Really?
Maybe. I mean, I think Grace is out. Could mean be Dean. Thirsty boy.
Mean Dean.
Yeah, Louis Carl, Hot Charl. I don't know. Did you see Chikara got bounced from the fireballs?
That's tough.
Maybe going for the USAM winner by Esther. Chikara, I thought played better, but he was 39th in the individual standings. Anyways, live roster minute. Go ahead. What is our top 10?
Rasmus Højgaard next. I wonder if Tristan will do what Marunk did.
Right.
Jam, wait, yep. And then jam, accept the membership, and then, I think it was Ryan Fox was second. He didn't get all the perks that you would get if you were number 1.
Got it. Yeah.
Maybe Tristan will do that.
We'll see.
Rasmus Højgaard, number 2 of the non-exempt. Then we got Nicholas Norgard. So guard corner.
Beats the piss out of the ball.
Our favorite backcourt, Nicholas Norgard and Rasmus Højgaard. Matteo Manassero. I think it's pretty safe to say he is locked in. The great one. Are you worried about his distance?
No.
Or lack thereof coming to the tour?
I could see him saying no. He seems like a man of his honor. I don't think he wants to come play. I don't think he'll even take up membership. He's going to stay and bounce around.
I disagree. He's going to see those big purses.
I'm kidding.
Think about all the Italian wine he can buy.
He's coming to the TPC Twin Cities. All right, go ahead.
Jesper Svensson. We're going to have 2 Svenssons. We're going to have Adam and Jesper.
Yep.
Great game within the game potential.
Slow
right
Svensson.
There.
Yep.
We got Sebastian Soderberg is in.
He's electric. Watching that guy try to scrape it across the line. I think it was the Swedish event, the mixed event. Remember when he couldn't make a 2-footer? Steven Soderberg's kid comes in. This is great for some of our bits here. I mean, with Rasmus Højgaard coming on, the tour just gets catnip every week. They get the twin watch, They get the cooties, they got the Højgaards. They can do all kinds of shitty social content around that. Yeah.
We got Hoshino, Rikuya Hoshino.
Been playing well.
Rory's little brother, Tom McKibben from Hollywood. Another catnip, another great catnip moment when they get in the field together, decades apart. This is just the layups for the PGA Tour social channels.
Yep.
They got to be delighted at this list, right?
Yeah, I think they are.
And then they got so the last 2 spots are Romain Langascu, the grumpy Frenchman. Love that.
Walked off at Troon. Had enough. I quit.
Love the idea, the potential. And then Guido Migliazzi.
All right. More vowels. I love that. He'll be a hit on the American tour. Guido.
Selfishly, someone right on the bubble. Next guy, Jordan Smith, could be some potential name. Jordan Spieth. Could Jordan Smith outplay Jordan Spieth? Personally, that would be one that I would find humorous.
Who's the real Jordan? Who's the real Jordan?
And then you got Frederick LaCroix. We could have a LaCroix. There's a potential for a LaCroix sponsorship if he hits the PGA Tour.
Sparkling resume. Yeah. We got like firsthand anecdotes of Fred LaCroix. Said he's the best. Great guy, apparently. Good chap. Bring him to the tour.
Angel Hidalgo, but the one Laurie Canner is in the mix here. Could go from Live to the PGA Tour.
Is he a Magic Stick? I think he might be a Magic Stick, right? Or am I thinking of Sam Horsfield? They always interchange.
Well, I think he's always the sub. He's the super sub.
Right. That's right.
But that would be an interesting thing from like just a policy standpoint. And then we got Bradbury, who jumped 73 spots. We could get Dan Bradbury. He's up to 25. He's got a chance, if he stays hot. And Joe Dean. Joe Dean's in there, too.
Joe Dean. The delivery man. I love that.
Just a little update. This is just for Field Watch, Names Watch, Notables Watch for the listeners of this podcast. It's October.
This is kind of interesting. Something to focus on. Fine. I like it.
Which player outside of the Great One are you most excited about potentially coming in?
It's a good question. McKibben could be interesting. Just wailing away, trying to hit it 400 yards, bomb and gouge. Could be fun.
Might not have much trajectory control.
I don't know. It's a great list. Thirsty boy, if he makes it over, just rumbling around Middle America, just going ham at the Cheesecake Factory. Love that.
I think I need Jordan Smith to get in. Could be just an immediate game within the game every week. They're in the same field.
Well, one thing we don't do every week, but we do every day, is take care of our health with our morning routine and AG1. Taking care of my health shouldn't be complicated. AG1 simplifies it by replacing multiple health supplements like multivitamins, digestive aids, immune support, and more in just one little scoop. Little scoop. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm mimicking a scoop. It's quick and easy into a little cup of water. Shake it up. You cover your nutritional bases and set yourself up for success in just 60 seconds. I take more than 60 seconds. I will not. That talking point I'm going to contradict. I take more. I take maybe 2 minutes. I shake. I'm thorough with my shake. I then put a little more water in, and I take 2 big sips. But it's less than 2 minutes, I would say, and you've covered your nutritional basis for the day. We just did
a Costco coconut water run.
Oh.
And I've been dashing in a little coconut water. I've been living high on the hog.
I love that.
It's like, that's
you're going to be buying $750 Ryder Cup tickets next thing you know. Wiping your ass with $20 bills. Your AG1 in the coconut water. Love that. So they make it so there aren't a million different pills and capsules to keep track of. Just 1 scoop of AG1 mixed in water every day. So if you want to replace your multivitamin and more, start with AG1. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first subscription at drinkag1.com/shotgun. That's drinkag1.com/shotgun for vitamin D3, K2, and 5 free AG1 travel packs. Last but not least, on the schedule for the week, we've left off the Dominion Energy Charity Classic. Friday start, right? Playoffs,
baby.
Playoffs are still only 3 rounds. They don't take it up to the full 72-hole examination. It's still a 54-hole deal. We are going to Richmond for that. Do you have any primer? Do we need to make picks, or are we saving that for Friday? Do we want to make picks? This is 2 to 5 on Golf Channel, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Who's got Dick Green available?
Someone's got to, take Dick Green. I'll take Dick Green. I'll jump on the Dick Green grenade this week. We'll celebrate with Peter Jacobsen. I'll take it. Is he in the field?
Dick Green, yes, he's in the field. Okay, he came in second in this event last year. So
God, PJ, facts and figures, PJ. That's 2 to 5 all Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I'm going to take. I don't think I've taken him. I'm going to take my childhood idol, Ernie Els, the Big Ern. It's coming through the door. It's playoff time. This is when Ernie rises to the occasion. He's been pacing himself for this.
God, Harrison Frazier won it last year. That's a name you don't hear very often anymore. Won in Memphis, I believe. Love Harrison Frazier. Phil Mickelson, I forgot, won this in 2020. He won it 4 years ago. So he just dropped down, started wailing away, hitting 180 mile an hour.
PJ is getting a package on Thursday that includes a piece of Phil Mickelson memorabilia.
My excitement is off the charts. Who am I going with this week? I'm gonna go Y.E. Yang. I'm gonna.
Any reason?
Yeah,
any trends we should watch for with that?
He was T4 last year with Mike Weir, but after Mike Weir's Black Desert performance, I'm not feeling too great about that. So I'll go Y.E. Yang here this week.
Weir is runner-up in 2020. He might be a horse for course at the Country Club of Virginia in Henrico, Virginia. Not going to make the trip down there as much as I would like to, but that's your schedule for the week. News we kind of already hit on. Nelly injured. Pelican Club survived, but long road back down in Tampa for the LPGA event. And I think that does it. Anything else before we wrap it up?
That's
talk about the ticket prices a little more.
All right,
everyone, enjoy your Wednesdays. We'll be back with you Friday. A little flashback, maybe we'll reheat on the Pro V1. Talk to you then.